Hello, in Rhyme and Reason, we'll be hearing from songwriters and lyricists from many different musical styles about their relationship to poetry and its influence on their songs. And these people are worth listening to.
I don't like intimate little songs with somebody whispering into the mic saying, life's rubbish, you know, and so are you. I don't like that. I would rather somebody hollering into a mic going, wow, wow, the world is fantastic, and look at the size of the sun.
It's well documented that, you know, when you were a kid, you found a guitar and you taught yourself to play, you know, like riffs and chords, and that was like how you found music as an escape. When did you start to like play around with words and compose lyrics?
I have to say almost immediately. I was writing words.
But what about before you played the guitar? Were you writing words then? I mean...
I do have a vague recollection of writing a poem when I was at school. I can't remember, but I remember having to read it out in front of the class and it was all right. I'm fascinated with words, but I'm not... You know, I'm not an avid reader, do you know what I mean? I'm not an avid collector of books.
Yeah.
But I do really appreciate it.
Noel Gallagher is famous for using huge imagery and grand metaphor in his rock anthems. But his early experiences of Manchester's punk and poetry scenes had a profound effect on him.
I do recall going to see Lem Sissay in Manchester in the mid-80s, it would have been. And John Cooper Clarke, you know, the punk poet. I guess in the late 70s, before the outbreak of punk, you would struggle to find anyone who would have read a poem that actually related to things that they'd seen. You know, but even now, everybody can relate. Everyone knows where Beasley Street is, even if Beasley Street doesn't exist. There's one somewhere around, not around where I live.
you got away from that.
I dodged that bullet, but you know, it's like there's a Beasley Street everywhere, so everybody knows the imagery. So it kind of connected with a young audience for the first time in a long time, I would have thought. Okay, this is Beasley Street by John Cooper Clarke. Far from crazy pavements, the taste of silver spoons, a clinical arrangement on a dirty afternoon, where the fecal germs of Mr. Freud are rendered obsolete, the legal term is null and void in the case of Beasley Street. In the cheap seats where murder breeds, some body is out of breath. Sleep is a luxury they don't need, a sneak preview of death. Belladonna is your flower, manslaughter is your meat. Spend a year in a couple of hours on the edge of Beasley Street.
It's so written for like a Mancunian accent.
Oh yeah. You know, but we've all been there. You know what I mean? You can see the cheap seats. You know, you can just picture the dirty cinema. Do you know what I mean? It's not the exclusivity of people in the north, even though it's delivered by John. It's not at all. It's, you know, Beasley Street is in your mind. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, and I guess that's true of every great word that was ever written, because it's all about the person that's, you know, that's listened to it, and that's it. That's what great art is.
All the people on the village green have gathered round their TV screens to hear the government about to speak for soldier boys and Jesus Freaks.
You got a track on your High Flying Birds album, Soldier Boys and Jesus Freaks, and that one just stands out for me. You know, so you got all the people on the village green are gathered around their TV screens to hear the government about to speak of Soldier Boys and Jesus Freaks. They go on heaven on their holidays. The congregation hopes and prays. They leave their letters in the mailbox for the lonely souls they could not save.
Yeah.
Now I need to know what was going through the mindset then.
Well, that was written in America, watching TV incessantly about the blimmin' war.
Yeah.
And there was a story of a soldier that had been killed, and his mama couldn't accept the fact, and he posted a letter that had arrived. She would never open it. She wouldn't take it out of the mailbox. And there's a thing where she said the line, you know, we just think he's gone to heaven on his holidays and we're going to see him soon. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. I'll have that. But yeah, I'm giving the game away now, aren't I?
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what the name of the game is. It's trying to get the secrets out of you.